Now, today's video is going to be addressing our Jamaican nurses because I know a lot of persons have been inboxing me saying that, hey, Stacey, I've graduated and it's this amount of time. I still haven't gotten a job, passed the exam, still waiting for a job. And the one question that a lot of persons are asking is, how is it Jamaica is short of nurses, but them can't get a job? So we're going to talk a little bit about it because why is it that the new graduates are in Jamaica waiting for months, not without a job? Sometimes, they're waiting years before they even get employed. So just going to touch on that a little bit and from there. And the thing about it is that it's not because they're lazy, it's not because they're lazy. It's not because they didn't study hard enough. And definitely not because nursing is not needing a nurse, right? No, it's none of those. So if you are one of those nurses out there and you're thinking that, then I want you to just erase that out of your mind. And we're just going to talk a little bit more about some of the reasons why you're not getting a job at this time. So if you're new here, my name is Stacey, and I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the ThinkNursing page where we talk about, being a registered nurse, an international nurse, and everything that relates to nursing. So go ahead and make sure you subscribe to my page here. I really do appreciate you taking the time out to do that. And make sure you turn the notification bell on as well. TikTok page, the same handle, ThinkNursing. So one of the biggest frustrations that a lot of new grads have is this. Everywhere you turn in Jamaica, you hear that nursing shortage. Everywhere you turn in Jamaica is that they have a nursing shortage. The hospitals are overwhelmed, nurses are burnt out, and patients are having this long wait time. And it has nothing to do with the recent Hurricane Melissa. Naturally, when you're in, nursing school or you're entering nursing, you think that once you graduate, you're surely going to be walking into a job afterwards. And that's where the confusion starts, because the truth is that even though you have a shortage problem for nurses, it does not automatically mean that they're hiring. It doesn't mean that hiring is happening automatically. And in Jamaica's public health system, let's just look at that. You can't just hire a nurse because there is a need. There has to be an approved post. You have to have, the government allocating money for that. And then there must be some authorization from the regional health authority. So if there is no approved post on paper, even if, the ward is struggling, the nurses are burnt out, they're leaving, they legally cannot hire. And that is just one of the biggest problems there. So what happens is that you have new graduates who are licensed, they're qualified, they're waiting. But what? They're still waiting. They're still waiting for a job. Another big issue is the budget. Yes, you always hear that the budget is this and the budget is that and the government don't have enough money to pay nurses. Yes, remember the government hospitals, they rely on annual budgets. And if these nursing posts are not approved in that budget year, what happened is that you have hiring freeze. So you'll hear people saying or companies saying, we'll call you back. You're on a wait list. The wait list is going to be a little bit longer, or the wait time is going to be a little bit longer just because of that freeze. And the little longer can last from anywhere between like 6 months to 1 year to years for some persons. And the painful part about it is that you can be waiting while nurses are leaving the system due to burnout or migration. Because every time you look on the news, you hear about, persons leaving the hospital. And that's not your fault. It's a system problem and it's not a student problem either. So the other thing about it is that a lot of hospitals are looking for, persons that are experienced and also specialized. So if you're ICU nurse, theater nurse, dialysis, any specialized area, a lot of times they will prefer to choose those persons over a new grad who has like general registered nursing experience. And not only that, you don't really have much experience either. You don't have any experience, let's just say it. So some facilities rather hire experience, or they rehire those experienced nurses. They'll bring back retired nurses, or they will hold out on the specialists that they have. And what happens for the new grads is that they're going to be told that they don't have any experience. But how do you as a new grad gain experience if nobody is giving you the chance to start working and become competent and get the experience to get into a job? That is the one thing that a lot of times I ask myself. When I was starting out nursing, I was saying the same thing. But luckily for me, I never waited that much of a long time. I never waited years before I got a job. Another factor is that A lot of persons don't talk about this because everybody wants to work in the uptown area. Nobody wants to work in the rural area because housing is limited, transportation is difficult, the pay cost doesn't match the cost of living. Support systems are a little bit weaker in the rural area. So graduates tend to mainly apply to like Kingston, Montego Bay, St. Andrew, all of those popular areas. And what happens is you have overcrowding of applicants in some hospitals and shortages in others. And it's not because nurses don't want to work, but because everybody is looking for, better working condition. And that's just it. So let me just talk about, after graduating, because waiting after graduation is usually emotionally draining. A lot of times we start questioning whether or not we choose the wrong career. Was the studying even worth it? Or am I failing or falling behind because we're not getting a job to start, life? Some of us are at home, with no income. You have persons who are doing some unrelated jobs to nursing. Some persons are just feeling embarrassed. You understand? Some of them are just discouraged because of the wait time. And I want you to know that it has nothing to do with you failing. Waiting doesn't mean that you're failing. Waiting doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It means that the system is slow and you're just caught in at that time. And that's just simply it. So what can you as a nurse do here? Because I don't want it to be a case where you're watching my video and you're feeling hopeless. I don't want that. I want it to be a case where after you finish watching this video, you can feel a little bit more comfort. You can feel a little bit more hopeful, in terms of you getting a job or advancing yourself later on. So while you're waiting, I want you to go ahead and make sure that you keep your license active. You don't want to be a case where when you get a job, you hear that your license is inactive. Get your license current. Apply for public and private clinics. Go and apply to some nursing home. If there's any group home available, apply there as well. Volunteer as well. Even though it's short term, it can build on your confidence and it also helps with you getting reference. And then the other thing I wanted to start thinking about is, what you can do. If you plan to go overseas, start studying. If you plan to migrate, research on different pathways. Save for your future opportunities. If you're working, it might not be much, but go ahead and start saving. And yes, Jamaicans are thriving overseas. It might not be huge, but yes, we're surviving. So go ahead and try to seek out ways that you can as well. Don't let this waiting period break you. Stay connected, stay hopeful, and just stay informed as it relates to nursing and everything else that is happening. Subscribe to my YouTube page, I Think Nursing, and be a part of the family. Invite other persons over there to just be in the know and just get up-to-date information as we go along. So if you're a nurse and you're watching this, remember that you are needed. Your time is coming. You are valuable. You understand? And even if it doesn't look like it right now, just tell yourself that you are needed. Jamaica didn't prepare you or train you for nothing. And this delay in life is not defining your future in nursing. No. Some persons have been out of a job for a long time, and I tell you that they've become very, very successful. So I hope this video helps with making you not feeling so less alone, helps you with feeling more seen, and just know that, yes, there is hope out there. One thing I want to know is if you're a new grad, go ahead and drop it in the comment box below if you're waiting and if you've been through the process already. And just remember, keep on growing. You understand, when it's time to nurse, keep on nursing, doing the right thing, advocate for persons and your patient, and most importantly, make sure you take care of yourself. All right. Until then, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to Think Nursing, where it's a space where we talk about nursing, travel, and lifestyle as an international nurse, and just everything that has to do with nursing. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye.